Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today we've got a very fun critical hit themed mystery box episode here for you. That's right, mystery box episodes are still going and the birds are still chirping. They're right behind me, just watching everything go down. So there's really no introduction necessary for this one. Aside from just the usual, while Cecil complains his head off that I'm not sitting there chirping at him anymore. Oh, wait, no, they hear birds outside, that's what's going on. Alright. I'm just trying to think, is there any particular place that I'd really like to start just to get it over with, or do I just go? So, the Wonder Twins, I could probably start there and just have it taken care of for me. There, you offered the living courtyards to... There we go, Thundering Keep. And of course we end with the living courtyard, because why should anything be comfortable? And I had a hard enough day at work today. You really want to do this to me? Well, we already know the answer to that question, so instead of complaining, let's just get this taken care of. I've already expressed that I'm a big fan of Arc Sphere. And there we go. Now I can take care of a couple of those roly-poly guys with relative ease. How dare you? Did I say you could hit me upside the head with a metal stick? Did I? Alright, what are you? Hunter Stiletto. I like Hunter Stiletto, but I just don't think it's going to help that much. Not for this build. Antiquated Tabi might be good, but let's wait and see what Iris has for sale. It would be nice if, you know, just given my build, I've got the opportunity to get the upgrade for wind discs. What are the air spinner? God, how did I forget that? My memory really is going to pot. Which is funny because I don't even smoke. Beautifully done. Let's wait for this to build back up. I was hoping I can keep the Electric Lancer stun-locked until he dead. Until he died. Wow. Ignore my horrible grammar. Ow. So, okay, never mind. I don't want to go that way anyway. I'm gonna go this way. You have anything good for me? Have my critical, but I like my critical hand. I probably don't want any of those, to be honest. Could have just given me the Crimson Clover, but no. No, of course not. Okay, one thing I really like about the... I call it the Lance's Disruption, because that's just what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's called Mark of Discord. I don't know, Lance of Disruption sounds better to me, real honestly, but what I really like about that ability is that it's not only targeted, but then it affects an area as well. Like, that ability is... I really like that spell, like, quite a lot. Oh, and you're also going to offer me Bouncing Surge. That's nice. Alright, cool. Prickly Ballet would also be a good choice, not gonna lie. And we've got ourselves a critical hit build both Prickly Ballet and... Well, Prickly Ballet is just a good choice in general. I guess the question is, do I want that, or do I want the antiquated Tommy? What would be better for my purposes? Honestly, I think the answer is Prickly Ballet. We'll just get ourselves set up with Arcana right off the bat, so we don't even have to think about that anymore. We just have to worry about upgrading them. That way we save precious Arcana slots for, or not Arcana slots, but Relic slots for when we get things there that are more effective. Like Cabby's bubblegum, actually, I'm pretty okay with that, yeah. Oh, I see, they can also hear birds outside, so they're getting a little energetic trying to talk to the birds outside. Alright, I get it. I see why you guys are getting all crazy. Yes. Alright, I'm really enjoying the way this build... How are you still alive? And why were you not aiming at me earlier? Like, what? Some of you know what I'm referencing there. And for those of you who don't know how Mark of Discord works, or, you know, Lance of Disruption, what you're basically doing is you're throwing a lance, and then with another press of the Y button, you can actually set it off like that. Ah, that was awful. Beautifully done. Well executed, guys. Alright. Got anything good for me, sir? Yeah, no, not really. Dangerous Copper Pipe, maybe. Tears of Midas. That could almost definitely be a good call. Because there is not a chance that I'm going to get through the entire run without getting hit. I've already taken damage, so... That'll just be good for earning some quick cash. Okay, so... I need a lot of money. Maybe I should just let one of the enemies just beat the crap out of me for a little bit to get some extra spending money. Oh, even if you miss, you still have a spot where you can hit and you can set off the Mark of Discord with. That's nice. It's good to know for me and my awful aim. Alright, so with a little bit of extra money to spend, I'm hoping to be able to afford both an Arcana upgrade and the Robe upgrade. The Robe upgrade being one of the big ones because that's not likely to come up again. So if I am forced to choose, then I definitely choose that, because that's not going to come around again the second time this run unless I find the Mark of Elegance, whereas an Arcana upgrade may very well show up again, assuming Iris isn't feeling like a complete bitch. Which, no, she isn't necessarily, but she could help me upgrade some of my stuff. Like, what the hell, Iris? By the way, yes, I do see Bouncing Bubble there, but because I already have Bouncing Surge, it comes off less as a necessary thing for my run, and more so as a pleasant little bonus. But the robe upgrade is still priority. Now, I wonder if that'll count as taking damage. Will that allow me to get some extra money from the Tears of Midas as well? Guess only one way to find out. Spend the health and the gold on upgrading my robes. Nope, it's just a cost. Alright, cool. It's what I expected, but, you know, it's open. So I know I repeat this every time, so for those of you who are used to this, I apologize. I know it's got to be annoying hearing me constantly talk about what a mystery box episode is. But for those who actually don't know, sorry, a mystery box episode is where I start the episode off with the mysterious relic cube, and then at the end of floor 3, well, actually at the beginning of floor 301, I will drop it. There will be 5 relics there. And if you guys can guess at least 2 of the relics, then one of you will be deemed the lucky winner who will get to determine what my run looks like on my next open episode. Look at that damage consistency. Ain't it beautiful? Alright, and since I do have the money for it, yes, I'll just go back and grab Bouncing Bubble. That will actually come in very useful starting at Atlas's stage, where the Bouncing Surge won't do as much damage, but the Bouncing Bubbles will be fantastic. Aw, man, serious? Ow. There we go. Alright, that's better. Raging Inferno. I like the idea of it, especially against Shu. But, I think I kind of want to stick with what I have. What I have is really good at controlling space. And through a combination of controlling space and actually what I can do... Well, now I'm kind of regretting not taking it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Bouncing Bubble for Prickly Ballet. Because ultimately that's gonna work out a lot better against the enemies here, because they're not going to resist the damage from the Bouncing Bubbles. Oh, there we go. Well, I want that, but gotta be able to afford it first. I don't have a lot of health to sacrifice for the Tears of Midas, so we're just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. No. I actually like my signature, thank you very much. Got 2 bouncing spells. Ain't it glorious? So right now we've got ourselves a build that's really good at controlling space and making sure enemies stay where I want them to stay. This is one of those things that makes these specific Arcana really good, is that they're very good at controlling enemy movements and making sure that they don't make a move that I don't want them to make. Beautifully done. No, I don't want Surge Anchor. You kiss my black ass. There we go. Beautiful. And what I would say is that my run isn't exactly what one would call super execution heavy, but I do need to make sure that I'm not standing in my opponent's faces so I can get pummeled to death for making a wrong move. What would be super execution heavy is if I had more close range Arcana. As is, what I have is a decently reactionary, kind of semi-defensive build with a lot of area of effect stuff. And you know what? I'm more or less okay with that. Beautifully done. See, this is the sort of run I can get next to. This run feels like it's within my comfort zone. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who make fun of how poorly I seem to do melee builds. But when you think about it, that balances out with how well I personally think I run missile builds. I could also just be, like, unnecessarily tooting my own horn, so, you know. Hello, sir, what do you have for me? I think the best thing I can get out of here is the Ring of Reserves. I do also, of course, see the Arcana Rewards card, but considering that I'm more or less stocked up, it feels like that would be a waste. So let's just go ahead and fight the boss. We'll get the Ring of Reserves, which is going to work wonders for both the bubbles and wave front. Taking a bunch of damage here, even if it is by accident, is going to be doing wonders for my pocket. Alright, let's go back. There we go. So as you can see, it restarted the countdown for the cooldowns on both Bouncing Bubbles and Wave Front. So now I'll get 2 Wave Fronts at a time and 5 Bubbles at a time, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Here we go. It seems like I'm a little quiet. I've got a few things on my mind, and I don't exactly have a ton to say right now. But you know, it's nothing personal against anyone or something for sure. But it's nothing that I have against any one of you watching. How about that? No, I'm just. To be real honest, I feel a little mentally checked out. That's what you're noticing right now. Yay! My aim is atrocious. There we go. So what am I looking for at this point? Well, the things that I think would be the most important would be something along the lines of, you know, if I could find either the Assassin's Blade or Analytical Monocle, that would be good. Chaos Scanner would give a bit of a critical hit boost to my projectiles, which I think would count just about everything except for maybe Arc Spinner, and it probably wouldn't count Arc Screamer. But I mean, it would work for everything else. Obviously, Crimson Clover would be, like, the best thing I could find. Let me see... Ah, really? Owie! How dare you? Alright, there we go. So, with that in mind, I definitely like the idea of both Sidewinder's Badge and Kasim's Airy Cloak. Sidewinder's Badge, of course, doing more and more for you with Arcana that score multiple hits, and this one definitely fits that bill. But I think I'm going to take Kasim's Airy Cloak, just to make sure that I have my bases covered in a defensive fashion. And as you can see, I'm down to 201 out of 500 health, and I'd like to make sure that that number doesn't continue to further depreciate in value. I know I made that particular fight look easy peasy lemon squeezy, but let me assure you, I am very, very much aware that my health is in a bit of a precarious state, especially for being only on essentially the 4th floor. Oh wait, there is something that I wanted to talk about. We finally have a release date announcement for Binding of Isaac Repentance. Bet you thought I forgot about that game, didn't you? Well, no, and hey, best news for all of us, it is releasing March 31st. So all we gotta do is make it through 2 more months. Can we do it? If we made it through 2020, we could probably do it. I mean, basically, barring some horrible event that happens that just puts everything in jeopardy right away, like, you know, war or alien invasion. But I mean, you know, barring one of those 2 things, we should be fine. Isn't that right, birds? Oh, now they don't want to talk. Okay, fine. Alright, got anything good for me, sir? Not really. But, hey, I got him. I see the Wavefront upgrade. I was kind of hoping for the Bouncing Surge upgrade, not gonna lie, but... Let's see. So what the Wavefront upgrade is going to do is it's going to make the barrier that this creates have higher durability, so it'll protect me from more damage. Beautifully done. Alright, and no, I'm not going to be able to afford the Sidewinder's badge, but that's okay, because I think the amount of damage I'm pumping out right now is just fine. So 3 cheers and a holler for Binding of Isaac Repentance. That's going to be... like, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that game. Will I be making videos on it? Probably, even though I know Binding of Isaac was never the series that got me the most attention. Adding insult to injury. Mostly because you annoy the piss out of me. Definitely don't want to take that. The run that I have built is working fine at range. I really don't want to drag enemies into my face. Okay, so now I need to decide, do I want to put the Prickly Ballet in for the bouncing? I don't think I do. I think I want to stick with what I have. And before we go take on anybody, we are going to go ahead and do the Curious Relic Cube now, not only because it's still 5 relics, whether I do it now or at the end, but because I could always use a little bit of a boost because Atlas's level has traditionally been a trouble spot for me. So if we're all ready, get your guesses ready, because now is the time to have them. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mystery box! Alright, so what do we got? We've got 3 Gorgeous Bulwark, Wings of Icarus, C99 Piggy Bank, Blades of Sympathy, and Giant's Heart. I have room for all of them, even though none of them are particularly that useful. So, hey, if you got some... well, that's not true. Really, sir? So, if you got some combination of those 5, at least 2 of them, then you will get to decide what my next open run looks like. Let's assume that you can do it. Are you gonna give me an easy one? Are you gonna make my life a living hell? I've kind of opened the floodgates for that potentiality. So I hope you're gonna be nice to me, but I have to be aware of the idea that, hey, not everything is always going to be the way you want it to be. What do we... oh, hi, Assassin's Blade. And we'll probably want to come back for Fiery Paintbrush, too. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so with Assassin's Blade, now all of my critical hits are going to be doing even more damage. As you can see, we've got a very good run for doing critical hits. Yay! That did exactly what I wanted it to. And I guess I underestimated Blades of Sympathy a bit, because it is keeping my health topped up. Can't argue too much with that. Hello. Bouncing Surge upgrade, Prickly Ballet upgrade. It's also nice, just I also have other things that are slightly higher priority. So it'll just be a question of how much money I have at the end of this floor. But considering that I have a number of relics now that are mitigating the damage that I take, mostly by creating windows of evasion for me, I'm kind of thinking if I run into Premier, I'm going to sell him the Tears of Midas. Because I would love to have this fiery paintbrush. And I also have the C99 piggy bank, which has nothing in it, so not going to be doing much with that. Breaking the bank right now would actually be equivalent to nothing. Mirroring real life a little too closely. That works. Is this the good doctor down here? So it is. So what is she more likely going to take if I offer her something? Probably the Bouncing Surge would be my guess. And yet, even still, I still think that the Fiery Paintbrush is the better bet right now. I can also hear my messenger going off. Someone just trying to talk to me. But it will have to wait until after I am done recording. So hopefully whoever it is isn't too upset by my not answering this right away. Massive bitch. Okay, I'm not liking this room. I can't even launch a spell right now. Okay, yeah, that room, as far as I'm concerned, should just, not exist. It's done, and now I need to determine how I want to move forward. I think what I'm going to do, assuming that it doesn't just happen by accident, we'll just take a little bit of extra damage in this fight to get some money. Or not. It's probably better that I don't actually take a bunch of extra damage. Whimsical Explodium, okay. Not really that useful. Okay, so now the question is, how am I going to get 2 more coins to afford that? Because if I can get 2 more coins, I can get an upgrade and give something to the doctor. So let's look around the level real quick. I've done this once before, can I do it again? Come on, something give me 2 coins. I mean, okay, if I have to get it from a shrubbery. Oh, hey, I did. I got it from a shrubbery. Hey, just remember that. Next time you need money, just search in the shrubberies. Alright, so let's see which one she ends up taking. I think I had Bouncing Surge first. Yet, oddly, she took Prickly Ballet. Alright, and missing prescription. Increases healing from all sources. Alright, cool. And I'll drop the 3 Gorgeous Bulwark, take the Giant's Heart. Then we'll take the Prickly Ballet upgrade. Which, I mean, it would be kind of silly if I didn't use it now that it's upgraded, so there you go. But Dark Sage, you're on an Earth level! Yes, but it's also upgraded. I'm aware that by all technicality, the Bouncing Surge is going to still be doing more damage, but, I mean, I can't say no to my good cactus friends. Ideal is the best. Yeah, that's not going to help. There we go. I see Secret Wild Card down there, but I just don't think it's going to be that useful for me. Oh, that was smart. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I don't have much of a need for Secret Wild Card right now. See, that's what happens when you act too hastily, my friend. I should know, I do it all the time. Bouncing Surge upgrade. So, I mean, if nothing else stands out, that's what I'll spend my money on, but that depends on whether or not anything else stands out. Follow the map. How dare you? You joik. I don't dislike the idea of Glass Cannon, just a nice little damage boost, but is it worth it? My guess is probably not. But like I've said, just a little bit of a base damage upgrade can really make a difference in a critical hit build, because you don't need a huge amount of base damage upgrades to make those critical hits stand out that much more. Think about it, with an Arcana that does a base damage of 5 per hit, kind of like the bubbles, you can get them up to the point where they're doing 6 damage per hit. That means that each of your critical hits will be doing 12 damage. And again, it's not a huge amount up from essentially the 10 damage from before, but you're now looking at a much greater damage output over a multiple hit Arcana's duration for having just a little bit of extra damage. So that doesn't mean that my impassioned plea for understanding does not mean that that's going to be what I go back and do. I'm just saying, understand where I'm coming from. Before I decide anything, I want to see what I have in store for me from Anders. A little bit of armor. I can't argue with that. It's certainly going to be more effective than that at this point. I'm looking over everything else I have. Look at all of it. Okay, actually that was worth quite a bit. Alright, so also hear me out on this. By doing more base damage, I also get more signature spell meter builds. Ow. What the hell is going on? Why is he getting to teleport 3 times? Or am I just not seeing what's happening here? No mock stunner, thank you. And yes, I will go back and get the bouncing surge upgrade. Ow. Yeah, that was no fun. Thanks a lot, Atlas. You jerk. You and your stone-seeking bullshit. That's right, I'm not too worried about the maximum health decrease. There we go. And of course, because Air Spinner hits all around you, it's very good for keeping enemies off your butt. Alright, and Fiery Paintbrush is just killing it. What can I say? Oh, hello, Fairy. Look, if I didn't end the run with a Fairy Companion, you would all think that I had lost my mind. So, Plaguing Sprite Drea it is, even though she's the least effective thing against Sura. It's what I do. It's what I do. Like, at this point, it wouldn't be one of my runs if I wasn't just seeking Fairy Companionship. Oh, nice. By the way, if you ever get the chance to play D&D and your DM lets you play as a fairy, understand that he's doing you a big favor, because not only do you get to start the game with flight, but you also get to essentially do a lot of things unnoticed. You have a level of stealth that most halflings would envy. Owie, 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 owie. Sir, that was very rude of you. Cactus victory. And cactus victory it is. Well, that is what I call a spiky finish. I'll see myself out. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate all of your care and support. The next most obvious thing is, hey, didn't you say something about a theme run poll? I might have, I might not have, but I do have one. So if you guys are interested, here is what's going on for the next theme run. We are going to be doing a dark magic theme. And not just dark magic, I'm going very specifically. Dark magic being wielded by women who originate from trading card games. Some of you may already know where I'm going with this, but this week's themed run poll is going to be Liliana Vess versus the Dark Magician Girl. So get your votes in for that. I'm interested to see what you guys think, what you guys prefer, and I look forward to seeing what happens with that. So again, I thank you for spending some of your free time with me. It really means a lot to me. Do the usual YouTube song and dance. Check out my social media. Links to that will be in the description below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you